All right, we're back with the $300 1999 Polaris Sportsman 500. We found this on Marketplace, 300 bucks. Got back home, and the seller told me, he's like, oh, it should be a simple fix. We had this thing running, and we found out when we were digging into it that it has a little bit lower compression, only like 120 psi, and that we have no spark. So last video we diagnosed the no spark issue. We tested the stator and found that one of the readings was off between the two wires. We followed the stator wire down to the stator, and we found that there was a burn mark in the actual stator. Where is our old stator here? Right here on the red and black wire and green wire. So this coil had a little burn mark in it. So I don't know if something shorted out and fried that coil or what. But today we're going to install a brand new stator and coil wire, because that one broke last video. And we're going to see if we have spark, and hopefully get this thing fired up, running and driving today. That is the goal. We also got a brand new battery for it right there. It was missing the battery when we bought it. Brand new seat cover and brand new CV axle boot for the front. That was bad in the last video. So let's get going with this thing. See if we can get this thing running and driving today. All right, let's get this cover off again. Who thinks it's gonna have spark? Alright, so the stator's gonna go like this. Alright, get the flywheel on here. We got the wires coming up to here, so let's plug and chug. That one goes to there. Brown's gonna go to brown here. It looks like it goes to another brown somewhere else too. So brown. So yellow goes to yellow. Like that. Yellow, red. Goes to yellow, red. And we've got our 3-prong to our 3-prong. All right, that mess of wires is all hooked up. Let's get the new coil wire on. This goes underneath here. All right, let's see if this thing has spark. Just have to get a spark plug. All right, here we go. Moment of truth here. Let's see if I can get shocked here. Here we go. Oh, we have spark. And the starter went out again. Great spark. So it was the stator after all. So we were right on that. So we've got spark. Let's get everything back together on this thing. See if she fires up. We probably have to do a carb clean before we can attempt that. I also want to take the starter out, clean that up, so we don't have to keep on tapping on that. All right, we got the starter out. That was fun. Let's take a peek on the inside. See why this thing is having a hard time working properly. Doesn't look too bad in there. Oh yeah, there's a couple chunks in there that are ground down. You can see. Couple flakes in there. It's really not too bad though. Oh, the wiring looks intact. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. So from that aspect, let's see what this looks like. So that piece goes on the top there. Looks good. Everything's intact there. Looks really clean. I'm not really sure why that wasn't working. So we'll clean this all up. A little WD-40. Spray some of that in there. Make sure everything's nice and clean. Wipe it all down. And hopefully that's going to fix our problem. Yeah, there's quite a bit of gunk in there. Alright, let's get this carb out of here. This probably hasn't been cleaned ever. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. That's the gas line going in. Alright. We've got the throttle. Flooding pretty good. Cover comes off. And there's a choke right there. Carburetor's finally off. See what the gas looks like in here. Woo. Pretty gross looking. A little rusty. Oh, they're all stripped out except for two. Yep, they're pretty much all stripped out. Alright, we had to drill out a couple screws, but we finally got it off. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of rust in there. Good thing we're doing the carb clean. Yeah, a bunch of rust. And gunk. Almost looks like there's water in there too. So, good thing we're cleaning this thing out. A little rust in there. Kind of coating everything. Let's see what the main jet's at here. We're running a 155 main. That's clear, but pretty dirty. Pilot is in there pretty good. So move that out. There's the pilot. That's got to be clogged. Yeah, that's really clogged. Running a 40 pilot. That's what that little guy looks like. Clogged. Let's see what the fuel screw is at. We're at 1 1¼ turns out on the fuel screw. spring in there. There we go. There's actually an O-ring and a washer in there too. That'll come out when we spray it out. Alright, let's try to get this pin out of here. Doesn't look like that's budging. That sucks. Sounded pretty good. Sometimes you can pry it out from this end if you can get enough behind there. Yeah, this one pretty stuck in there. Well, I don't want to break that tab off, but we have to replace that O-ring because I think the gas is leaking from there. It's not coming out. What we can do is bend that tab back a little. We'll see if we can get this out. We can at least get the needle out. Clean that up. There's the needle. I think we can get the seat out now. Bend that tab just a little bit more. I don't want to break it off, you know. See the two screws in there? We can get to those. Hopefully get this seat out of here. Clip can come out of there. Alright, now I can pull that seat out, hopefully. Hopefully we have enough room. Yeah. See, that O-ring is junk right there. So it's probably letting gas through. Plus the seat's all dirty in there. We need to take a little piece of sandpaper and a Q-tip and clean that out. But float is moving up and down at least, so that's good. I couldn't get that pin out, so that's kind of how you work around that. And sometimes it's impossible to get it out, so kind of have to do what you gotta do. Last thing to check is the diaphragm here. There we go. Let's see what this diaphragm looks like. A little sticky. Spring in there. Looks like it might be okay. See how gunked up the needle is? See that? Diaphragm. So far, so good. Looking for any rips, tears, holes. Everything looks good there, so. Now what we can do is blow this all out with compressed air, some carb clean, and throw this Mikuni carb back together. The carburetor back on, we got the air box back on, and the air filter back on. Gas tank we got in place. We're going to drain the gas now. Yeah, that is some orange looking gas. All right, let's add some oil to this. We'll fill it up until the line of the dipstick right here is to the full mark. Right there. Using 10W40. See where we're at. Pretty high already. I believe the Polaris you check with the dipstick screwed in all the way. Unlike a lot of other makes and models. We're pretty close. We are perfect right there. Right up to that line right there. We'll leave it right there and then we'll check it after the first run, if this thing does run. Hopefully it does. Alright, that's good to go. Let's get the battery in next. Got a brand new battery for this thing. I've been buying my batteries on Amazon because they're half the price of the ones in store. There we go. All right, battery's all hooked up. Let's see if this thing's pumping gas to the carb. So we're gonna take off the gas line and go into the carb. And pump some gas, see what happens. Right here, turn this on. See if anything pumps. Go. Oh yeah, it's pumping. Starter's working good too. Awesome. So gas is getting to the carb. Let's hook that up and see if this thing will fire up. All right, here we go, big moment of truth. We now have spark, we now have fuel, and we have a little compression. So hopefully she fires up. We'll see. All right, we're choking it. She runs. No way. $300 quad running. Wow. I believe that thing's running. Wow. Sounds really good. No knocking. Dang. Wow. Sounds really good. See if the kill switch works here. Yep, kill switch works. Sweet. That is amazing. So this thing is running good. I was afraid there was going to be a bad rod knock or something weird, but not a single knocking sound coming from the engine. So this thing's running great and not smoking. That's a huge plus. Thought for sure it'd be smoking, which it might still once we let it warm up here, but wow. I am impressed. That's pretty good. So it looks like we can get everything back together. We're going to check the oil one more time, make sure that's topped off. And I think we can finally test drive this thing. Let's just see if it starts right back up. Wow. Sweet. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, we got everything back together here. We just have to cover the seat. You can see it's in rough shape, so we got a new seat cover for it, and then a brand new lens here for the light, which will install that as well. Alright, we got the new lens here. Hopefully that fits. Good line up here. All right, that looks good. Let's see if it's working. Cool. All right, that's fixed. All right, we got this brand new clamp here for the CV axle boot. This is like a thinner version of just a regular hose clamp. So hopefully that works. We have to get the whole wheel off again over here. Caliper coming up. We already greased this up before, so let's get this folded back over. Let's see. So this is the tool we use for this thing, this type of clamp. You should just be able to All right, we've got this back together here. There's an Allen right here we have to take out. We're gonna put some oil in here. So they say you want to fill this thing up until it's like about right there and it spills out, so it's about like halfway up is what it is. So let's start filling that up. We're just going to use transmission fluid here. Still going. Just starting to pour out right there, so a little bit more. See, it's just starting to pour out right there. So a tad more. Yep, right there is good. Get our cap back on. We'll go check the other side, see if there's any fluid in there. Alright, here it is right here. We should be able to tilt it and fluid should come out. Nothing in there. Just quick fill that up. That's pretty good. Alright, spin that around a couple times. Alright, the seat cover didn't come yet. Alright, once the seat cover comes, we'll get the seat installed, but I want to see if this thing moves, so. Hopefully it moves. If not, I think we're just parting this thing out. Alright, so high works does reverse and low work. Does the 4x4 work? Can't really tell if the 4x4 is working. I don't think it is. this thing is running great. I dropped my camera, so if you hear like a little ticking sound, and it kind of looks a little blurry now. What the heck? So it looks like I need a new camera too. Darn. But this thing's running flawlessly. High gear works perfect. No issues there. Let me see if I zoom in here. There's a little less blurry. So high gear on this thing's working perfectly. Reverse is working. Low is working. And I think 4x4 is kind of kicking on and off. So I think once that fluid gets all worked up in there, I think that'll start to work as well. So we are headed in the right direction. I just can't believe for $300 that this thing runs and drives with, I think, what we spend. I think it was like 40 bucks for the battery, 30 for the stator, and then the seat cover was like 30. So, I mean, we barely have 100 bucks into it. Not too bad. All right, we're zoomed in really far because the camera is broken and it only is non-blurry when I'm zoomed in far. So we're putting the seat cover on right now. It's like the crappiest seat cover I've ever seen in my life. It's cut all crooked. It's horrible. I got it from Amazon and it's just horrible. I don't know how they can sell these things, but it was pretty cheap, so that was probably on me. Start with the front. Not a whole lot of room to work with here. I don't even think this is gonna fit. I don't think it's gonna fit. All right, unfortunately the seat cover is not usable. I'm gonna have to return that and get a different one. That thing is a piece of junk. It doesn't fit, it was cut out wrong, cut out uneven, so we are returning that to the seller. Hopefully I can return it and we'll get a different one. But yeah, once we get the seat cover on, this one's gonna be looking pretty nice. We're going to get new side panels for it and that rack mounting system. And this thing should be good to go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the build on this thing. Picking up for $300, fixing it up, finding spark, and riding it for the first time. So for 300 bucks, I think we did pretty good. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next video. And until next time, we are out.